Hi, I'm Christina from hairromance.com. I'm going to show you how to take your crazy bedhead into this easy hairstyle with your hair out of the way. No worries, comfortable all day long. But let's get back to the morning. So we're back to the morning, and whatever hair type you're dealing with, my hair is naturally curly, but it's been blow dried days ago and is quite oily, quite dry, frizzy, a total mess. But this is kind of how I started Hair Romance. I got really good at doing some really simple hairstyles that people would comment on all the time, even though I knew I had slept in, I didn't wash my hair, and it looked professional and tidy, and I could keep my hair out of the way all day long. Do want to have a little bit of a weird rant just to get this out of the way at the beginning. So much of us have this internalized idea of what professional hair looks like, and Google search results will also show you what professional hair looks like. And I think that those results and that internalized idea we have is very racist and very whitewashed and like a patriarchal view of what women should look like when we're deigned to be in the workplace, like all this sort of crap. So basically what I want to do is throw out the idea of what a professional hairstyle looks like. And the only thing I think relates to being professional at work is that you're doing your job really well. Your hair is not really part of that. The only time I think it matters is if you're always having to push your hair out of your face, it's always getting in the way. That sort of thing is frustrating, maybe doesn't necessarily impede how you do your job, but I think that the idea is that as long as your hair is out of the way, it doesn't really matter what texture it is, what color it is, and the style. It's just a little rant. I really just wanted to get out of the way that curly hair is professional, brightly colored hair is professional, what frizzy hair is professional. It doesn't really matter what your hair texture is. Professional is just a way of saying that your hair is not the first, I don't even know. I just think the whole idea of what professional is a joke, and hopefully we are throwing that out the window. But I want to show you an easy way to put your hair up and out of the way so that you can get to work faster, do your job better, get more time to sleep in, which is all that I just want more sleep, don't we all? So throw that little rant to the side, but basically I just want you to challenge what you think is professional, and if it comes up in your workplace, to challenge it as well, especially if you see other colleagues at work, or you're realizing that there's an unfair dress code. That sort of thing should be challenged, and it's something we should all be really aware of. So throw out the idea of what's professional. The only thing should be that you're not touching your hair all the time, especially now. I think in the coronavirus of 2020, we really don't want to be touching, we want to be touching things as little as possible. So while you're at home, if you have a hairstyle that secures your hair out of the way, it can be curly, it can be long, it can be short, it can be pink, it can be any color. Professional is about an attitude that you exude at work and is not about your hairstyle. And people's judgments are on them and not on your hair. And if you are feeling that sort of thing internalized as well, you need to sort of challenge your own thoughts about that. But we are all here together to learn an easy hairstyle, so rant over. Let's do some hair. So pretty much with my hair, it takes a long time to wash. So I'm all about saving time, not washing my hair. And first time saving trick is dry shampoo, but before you go to bed. No one's got a minute in the morning to let that dry shampoo do its job. So if you spray a little bit where you can see if your hair is already looking oily the night before, spray a little bit in at the roots, especially around the crown, this sort of area. That's where my hair gets quite oily. So I lift up a section of hair here and spray my dry shampoo right in at the roots here. And then in the morning, your hair will have a lot more volume. The product's already worked in. You can go straight to styling, so you can get a quick hairstyle done with no time. But if you need to use a bit of dry shampoo in the morning, just work that minute into when you brush your teeth or whatever you're doing, so that you can let the dry shampoo work. So I already have some dry shampoo in here, so my roots are no longer looking as oily, but the ends are still dry, so we're going to put all our hair up into a really simple style. Now, I'm going to grab a brush. Now, if you've got curly hair, you can still do this section brushing it. We're going to do a simple up style with 2 buns at the back. Sorry, I'm chatty today. This is how it's going to run. The hairstyle is quick. We're going to chat about it. But the idea behind the 2 buns is that it distributes the weight of your hair a little bit more efficiently, so it's more comfortable for you to wear all day. And because it's more balanced, it's more comfortable, and it's more likely to stay in place all day. Now, if you have the opposite problem and you have really fine hair and you think, I don't have enough hair for 1 bun, I'm not going to do 2 buns because that's not going to work for me. Trust me, 2 buns can look thicker than 1 bun in fine hair. And I will give you some little techniques to make your hair look more than it actually is if fine hair is your concern and you're worried about it not fitting into the hairstyle. I've got you for that too. All right, so what we're going to do is work out how we want the front of our hair to sit. And for me, I'm just going to be brushing it all back off my face. We're just going super simple, really sleek, and sleek also works when your hair needs a wash. It's all about time-saving tricks. For me, I like to do a little bit of a side part, but I'm going to take the side part a little bit more diagonally. This also helps if you've got regrowth you don't really want to make a big sign of, all the things that we need to cover up and save some time about. So, the next trick is the type of brush you're using. I'm using a bristle brush. This is an EcoTools brush. It's kind of like a dupe for my Mason Pearson brush, which is a natural ball bristle, but if you're vegan, you don't want to use a bristle brush, this is a really good alternative. It's also really cost effective, so it's a great option. The thing about a bristle brush is that it has more tension and doesn't leave those bumps in your ponytails, which are such a struggle when you're like trying to rush in the morning. So you're in a rush and you don't want to be dealing with bumps in your ponytail, so a fine bristle brush is going to give you the best result. Now, once we've brushed that hair back from our face, smoothing this down, you don't even need to get all the knots out the back, that doesn't matter. What we're going to do is then separate our hair into 2, going from around about our ears and going up a little bit. The reason we go up is because there's more hair here than here, so we're trying to get equal buns. And if you go straight across, you'll end up with one really small bun at the bottom and all your hair up in the top section. So going up gives you more space and more of an even distribution of hair. Now I'm just going to pin this out of the way while we do the bottom bun first. All right. Now this bottom bun, if you have really thick hair, grab a ponytail elastic and put your hair in a ponytail first. My hair's so dirty, it's just going to stay where it is. Also, if you've got fine hair, definitely use a ponytail elastic. It's going to help balance your hair out a little bit. Oh look, I'm going to do it. I'll show you. My hair is dirty enough to stay in place, but I'll show you how to do it with an elastic. Okay, so got low pony set up there and we're going to create a bun. Now, if you have fine hair, this is when you're going to grab your brush and just back comb up your ponytail a little bit to give more volume to that hair. If you've got thick hair, you might want to brush it out. If you've got curly hair, don't brush it. We're just going to smooth those curls into a bun. And if your hair is really frizzy, grab a little bit of leave-in conditioner or a leave-in conditioner spray, something like that, just to smooth your hair down a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to twist it around. If you've got fine hair, you're not going to twist tightly. And when you twist, you're going to pull so that you have more volume in that section. Then we're just going to wrap around into a bun. Now, if you've got thick hair, we're going to wrap tightly, and if you've got fine hair, wrap really loosely. You almost want to lay it like a little snail shell all the way around so that it looks bigger than it is for fine hair, and for thick hair or long hair, just keep wrapping it around. Then you're going to take a couple of bobby pins and you're going to weave that through. Now, I've got a little trick for not having to use too many bobby pins, and with this I'm going to show you. What you want to do is think about where that last section of the bun is, and about 1 to 2 inches from the end of that hair is where you need to put the bobby pin. So for me, that is wrapping behind here, and so I'm going to take my bobby pin and pin it down from that, looping the bun to the ends of my hair, and that is the one pin to hold your bun. It's always going to work best by going a couple of 1 to 2 inches from the ends of your hair and connecting that to the bun, That is like the weak spot of the bun. If you pin right at the ends can slip out. If you pin around the other side, the ends come loose. But that's the sweet spot for getting a single bobby pin to hold your bun. But because it's work and we want it to last all day and not think about it, definitely going to take a second pin around the opposite side and pin that through. So that is definitely not going anywhere all day. All right, now back to this top section. How do we want the front to look? Pretty neat. I've gone for that side part slightly back. I'm going to brush this back again and just smooth that down as much as possible. It's sitting a bit weird here. I'm going to have another go. So we've got it all back out of the way, really, really simple. Then we're going to take a second elastic. So a hair bungee. A hair bungee is an open hair elastic with 2 hooks at either end, and it means that it always wraps around your ponytail the right amount of times. If like then 2 times is too loose, 3 times is too tight, or curly hair, thick hair that pulling through a ponytail is the worst, these hair bungees are the cure. With these, all you need to do is hook one end in and start winding it around where you want your ponytail to be. And just hold on to that hook so it doesn't hook as you're going around. Oops. And that allows you to get the tension you want. You don't have to pull your hair through, it's perfect. Now, before we do the bun, just adjust to see how it's looking here at the front again. And for me, I am just going to take a little bit of hairspray, spray it onto my brush, and grab any loose hairs just to smooth in now. Do this at the end as well, but while you've got the bun open, you can have a better chance just tidying that all up. Now we're going to take the top one. Remember, fine hair, you can back comb this bun, like the ponytail, to make it a little bit thicker. Curly hair, no brushing. Thick hair, just wrap tighter. And we're going to wrap around to create a second bun. And as you're doing the second bun, you want it to sit directly on top of the bun we've created already. So for this, I'm just twisting around, making sure that we've got that connection. And about 1 to 2 inches from the ends of my hair is where I'm going to put my first bobby pin to make sure we've got that bun holding exactly where we want it. All right, now I think I can feel that I've still got those ends sticking out. We're going to stick them back in place, and I'm going to pin on the other side just to make sure we're holding that all in there. Now, if you want to take an extra pin if you need to connect those 2 buns, but for me, I feel like they're sitting pretty well. I would probably just stretch this one out a little bit from just going by feel and pin it up that way just to connect that through there. And I've got a tiny little bit of hair here that I brushed out badly. And I'm going to take a pin and just pin this slightly into the bun. And that is my double bun, but I have a few more finishing tricks for you. So I've chatted through this. This is going to be a lot quicker when you're just doing this in your own hair. And once you've done this a couple of times, you're going to nail it. And then the final finishing tricks to make it look super done is looking at any sort of broken hair or any new hair that's around the hairline that's sticking up, that's going to be really frustrating and annoying. You get your hairspray again and get an old makeup brush or just a little cheap makeup brush. This one is from Priceline. And then actually paint the product onto your hair. The way this works so well is that you're not spraying so much hairspray directly onto your hair so that you can see it looking shiny. By spraying it onto the brush, you can get the product on there and apply it just where you need to stick those hairs down. And the same with like any neck hairs, this sort of thing, anything that bothers you or that you just want out of the way, particularly when we're wearing masks. Having little layers that are around our ears can be annoying, so using the hairspray and a brush technique is a great way just to get those hairs out of the way. It's also good, you can keep this in your office, or you can keep this in your bag and do little touch-ups during the day if your hair starts to, if you're in a humid environment for example, or your mask has pulled some hairs out. Using the hairspray brush technique is a great way just to tidy your hair up during the day. This double bun is one of my favorite hairstyles when I was working in an office because it's quick, super comfortable, and it really lasts. Like whatever you're doing, if your job is sort of more moving around, it's really comfortable. If you're sitting still all day, it's super comfortable. Also, by being a double bun, you can drive. Having one bun or a ponytail right at the back of your head can often be a little bit difficult, but by having two, it sort of balances a little bit better so that the hair is easier at the back of your head. So hopefully this will work for lots of different situations and will be as quick for you as it is for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping to do a little series of these work-related hairstyles, so let me know if you have a hair question that's specific to your hair type or to your work situation that you'd like me to answer, and I'll be back with a new hairstyle tutorial, so hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And you can also go over to hairromance.com for more tips and tutorials, and I'm always over at hairromance on Instagram. Hashtag me there, hairromance, so I can see your hairstyles. Have fun with your hair, and I'll see you soon. Bye.